Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. This video is slightly different in the respect that we are going to look at something that I found in a phishing attack recently. I believe this is known about by some people, but it's not public knowledge as far as I'm concerned. I couldn't find any research on it or whatever. But the attack sort of revolves around the way that Outlook decides to render the HTML email that you get in. Now, there's a couple of prerequisites to this attack happening and working properly, which I will cover in a moment. But basically what we want to do is send out a HTML email with a file link to a responder server that we control, and then we can capture hashes. And the way that this happens is when a user opens up the email, the Outlook client will try and fetch the image from the SMB server because it believes it's an SMB server using the file protocol, and it will authenticate against our responder. And once we grab the hash, we can relay it or crack it or whatever we want to do with it. This is a really great way of doing a phishing email, because usually in a normal situation, when you send out a phishing email, you want the target to either click on a link so that you can present them with a portal that they can log into with creds, and then you capture the creds that way, or you want them to do some other action, download some malware or something like that. Now, in this situation, what we do is we send them the email, and as soon as they open the email, they don't even have to click on any links or anything. They capture the hash, or we capture the hash. We capture their NTLM-v2 hash, which is the hash that's used to authenticate with AD and things like that. So once we crack that, we can then try and log in across the network and see what boxes they might have admin privileges on, or just even laterally move across the network. If you're not on an internal network, you might be able to use this to log into their Office 365 account and you view their emails, or just figure out where that password might be reused elsewhere. So I created a simple email template here that just says, "Hi person, I wanted to write you an email to show off our really cool product," and then there's an image of a product. So on the other pane here, I'm going to run responder, and it's running on this 192.168.159.149 address, which is the same one that's in this email here. Now, I've already sent myself an email because it's on my laptop and I don't have screen recording software on my laptop. It's a work laptop, so I tend to leave it for work. But this is the email that I sent as a HTML page. And over on this Windows VM over here, it's running the latest version of Outlook. I just downloaded it. I just paid for it. And yeah, we're going to go over here now, and we can see that we've got an email from myself. And as soon as we click on this email, it should capture our hash in here, which we can then do some fun things with. So let me just full screen responder quickly, and we'll click on this email. Okay, so it didn't capture the hash, and the reason for that is because it's an untrusted email source. Now, there's a few things. Like I said previously, there's a few prerequisites here. If the email comes from a trusted source, the email will be trusted and all the images and everything will be downloaded automatically. The other thing is you can try and coerce them into downloading images. So you can say, "Hey, look, we found this picture of you, or we found this picture of your product somewhere that it shouldn't be." And then people will go, "Okay, well, let's download the images and see what happens." I mean, alternatively, they might have automatic download sets anyway. In the engagement that I was on, the client didn't have to click any links. They just automatically downloaded it. And in the testing that I did, obviously I was testing it from my own email address to my own email address. So again, it was trusted. So they didn't have to click any extra links or anything, or any extra buttons. But as soon as the images are downloaded, you can go back to responder and you can see that we have captured our hash. Now, I know what the hash password is. It's just password123 with an exclamation mark, because this is just my lab. But that caused us to capture a hash, which could then be sprayed around or used around the network. So let's assume that we've cracked this password, and we want to do something like crack map exec. There we go, that one there. And we want to just spray it around the network and see what we can sort of own. So if we run that, there's only one box, and there's this box and the Active Directory domain server. But as you can see, we've popped the box using the cracked password, and we've got some hashes there. Again, that's really cool. However, we might not want to crack the password. So what you could do is you could do an NTLM relay attack. I don't have any other boxes to authenticate against, but the same attack would apply. You send somebody an email, they open it, and if you're on the same network, or there might be a third third-party box somewhere that they can authenticate with. But either way, you can send that hash to wherever you want, and that might get you somewhere as well. But anyway, I just wanted to cover this. I thought it was a cool little attack. The trusted email thing can be a bit of an issue, but assuming that you've got a domain with a good reputation, I mean, mine isn't, unfortunately. Mine's just a standard email address that I have, and this is a new account and everything. So yeah, you know, the trust isn't there on the domain. The other prerequisite to this attack, like I was mentioning, is that you need a local account or an Active Directory account and not an Azure Active Directory account. With Azure Active Directory, I believe it uses some different protocol. It doesn't use NTLM v2. It uses some sort of single sign-on, but that doesn't get captured in Responder. So there are some prerequisites to this. It's not like an instant pwnage for everything. But generally speaking, I think this was a really cool attack. And yeah, I just wanted to show it. But anyway, if you like the video, drop us a like. Comment with your thoughts on it down below. If you have any questions, again, chuck them in the comments. I'll try and answer them. I'm usually fairly good at answering comments, at least, you know, relatively quickly. But yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, catch you in the next one.